Morning, Marco. How are you today?
Peter, well, all good, all good. Yourself?
Yep, absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Marco, welcome to the Business Spotlight. Thanks very much for taking the time to speak with me this morning. Could we start? Could you tell me a little about yourself and your business, please?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, obviously, my name's Marco. I'm a painting decorator by trade, that's what I do for a living. Uh, Started off painting, obviously, for done my time when I was about 20, 21. Was at it for a few years, learned what I had to learn. And funny enough, I actually got fed up and I just went, this isn't for me. And I tried and went to move on to something else, went to do a bit of welding. And after a couple of years of welding, I actually realized, well, this really isn't for me. Being, being stuck in the same place all day, every day, welding plates together, or, it just wasn't for me. And then, funny enough, around COVID, obviously off work, and I think COVID sort of hit people in different ways. Like, obviously there's ones who just made the most of it and sat about the house and had their own wee parties in the house or through Zoom or whatever. Like, or just thought, you know what, I might as well make the most of this here and wait and I'll start a business and actually go back to painting, but work for myself. And yeah, that's how it really started. And so I left, went back to work, obviously, the welding, and gave him my week's notice, a couple of weeks' notice or whatever. And that Friday was my last day. I think we finished about half one, half one, and had a wee job, small wee bedroom to do that day, after work, and that was me. Don't get me wrong, like I wasn't busy. I had no real plan, as in I no work ahead. I no 3 months work ahead or anything like that. It was just take a chance and go for it. And yeah, slowly but surely, and work out all right. 4 years later,
Still going strong?
still going strong. Well, a few headaches along the way, but it's all part of the game, isn't it? So,
Yeah, it's interesting. And anyone I speak to that talk about a shortage of young people going into the trades and doing it, you said about doing your time and so on. So it's interesting to hear somebody that's been through it, done it, dipped their toe in
mhm,
something else, realized they didn't like it, and then gone out on their own.
mhm.
Do you see that as you're out and about? Do you see like people wanting to get into the trades?
100%. I think that's the problem in as any trade, whether it's painting and decorating or any other trade. There's as sure as a tradesman or tradespeople, trade apprentices. And believe it or not, actually, there's a Northern Ireland forum for painting and decorators on Facebook, and apparently there's nobody doing apprenticeships at the moment. No Southwest College or anywhere in the country, Northern Ireland, doing painting decorating apprenticeships. So it just goes to show, like, the people, young lads don't, whether they don't want to, maybe they don't want to do it, or it's obviously an issue that needs to be addressed, because doesn't matter how things develop and how many robots can do a job. Like, you'll always need a painter decorator to paint your house. Like, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd love to see AI painting a house. It's a great point. And look, are there any? So you've been going on your own then for 4 years now.
Mhm.
So are there any people local or worldwide, any sort of business people that you sort of looked up to or listened to or read about along the way?
Not painters and decorators, but I'll be a big fan of Tony Robbins. Just, a good friend of mine, he went to see him in London. I believe it was in London. It could be 5 years ago, and he got so much from it, and that's something I want to do and go and see him. That's definitely a bucket list. I just think that his outlook on life, and just it's well, he's also a very successful man as well, like in his own way. He's probably you know, one of the people that sort of look up to, and he just his daily routines is the way he looks at life, as I say, like it's obviously someone to, and maybe that's where I got the whole, let's leave work, leave work and just burn the boats. See that, burn the boats, the phrase where it comes from, burn boats and go for it, and that's really what I done. I like to think, like, and leaving a stable job and just going to the unknown, unknown what's going to happen in 3 weeks' time. Will I even get a couple of pound in 3 weeks' time? You know, it's just so yeah. That's
Good man, yeah, Tony Robbins, yeah, great share. And what would you say, Marco? What's been the best piece of advice that you've been given around business?
do a good job, be reliable. I think that yeah, I mean, especially my trade, in my game, like if you do a good job and you're reliable, you'll have plenty of work. That's the end. That's the end of like there's not to be. It's not rocket science. Or maybe in different trades or different businesses or different industries or whatever you may have to. But any tradesman, if you're reliable and you do a good job and you're honest, it's half the battle. You'll always have work, like you know. So don't get me wrong, like I'm not Picasso. I don't, there's headaches along the way, and always will be headaches. But I try to be as reliable and do the best work I can, like you know.
Excellent. And who would you, if you think of the word success, who would be the first person that springs to mind?
Success, the first word or the
First word
first.
or first person, what springs to mind when you think of success?
Well, success, I suppose, success it depends on the person, really. Like it depends. For me, being successful could be having £1 million in my bank account. For Joe Blogs next door, it could be having 100 or £10,000 in our bank account, but being able to spend his days the way you want to spend with his family, or I suppose it really depends. Like for me, being successful would be have the freedom to basically do what I feel like doing. If I want to get up in the morning and go to work, I can get up in the morning and go to work. If I want to go and lift my child from school or take him to school, I can do that. And obviously having a few pound in your bank account as well, like
Yeah.
it helps. Well, you can't do those things. You can't have your freedom if you don't have a few pound in your bank account, like so. You know.
And what would you say, time to blow your own trumpet? What would you say are your three best qualities as a business owner?
Uh, I'm honest. I'm honest, and as I said, I do try to do the best work, the best job I can. So, and I like to think I'm reliable as well. Like, and again, I do. Like, I'm not blowing trumpet here, but 4 years later, if I am busy as ever been, like I like to think those are the three main things you know that I done like over the past 4 years, like reliable, high standards, and honest.
Good
You know,
man. And what would you say is your ideal customer? Who are the types of people that you really enjoy working for the most or working with?
just customers that want the job done right. You get customers that different types of customers. You want people who want just a quick job, just go out there and put a bit of paint on a wall, whatever. And you want people who want look, go in there and do it right. And those really are the people you want to be working for, really. Like can be the most hor- awkward people too, awkward customers. But you have to take the rough the smooth, like At the end of the day, if you want the good customers, you have to do a good job, like simple as.
Yeah, I remember somebody saying the still waters don't make great sailors. That's what come into that. So very good.
Mhm.
And so tell me now, so let's fast forward to goes what 2029 going towards 2030. What does your business look like in 5 years' time?
It was a big growth, isn't it? Even a couple of men on board, and maybe from myself personally, like maybe we take a wee step back from the tools and actually do more the other side of things. What's actually do you enjoy more now? What will be the element side of things and sales, going out there and getting work, meeting customers, meeting clients, you know, and that will be the lifting the child from school to half three. That will be the goal in 5 years' time. Like more, as I said, going back to the other question, more freedom really as well. Like having a good team behind you, you can have more freedom to do the things you enjoy. Like you know.
Excellent. I like the sound of that. And do you have I don't know if you're a reader or you listen to podcasts at all. Is there anything that has sort of got your attention or that you've enjoyed?
Books or
Either
podcasts.
or, either or both.
believe it or not, I was never into books growing up. But going back to that mate of mine that went to see Tony Robbins, he recommended me this book. It was what do you call it? Was your Japanese fella? Jeez, it was the Monk Souls for Right, and I wasn't that one. Oh, Red Star Paradise. Sorry, Red Star
Okay.
Paradise. So that was the first book I ever read and properly read, and it just blew my mind away. Like, it's a it's a different outlook of life, and I think that's what really got me that bug for, what, I'm gonna go out there and try and see what I can do in my life instead of living this rat race, getting up in the morning, going to work, watch Netflix at night or whatever, go back to school, sleep and repeat. That's what I think. That's the problem with the world at the moment. Really, like, it's just we're all living a rat race, and we're all looking forward to the weekend. And then the weekend comes, and it's basically just another rat race at the weekend where people just probably just do the exact same thing. Was probably go out and drink, and
Mm.
whatever. And then comes Monday, and they're going, oh, Monday again. Where you should really be looking forward to Monday. You're really, if you live in that circle, you're basically trying to waste away 5 days of your life for 2 days of your life, you know. So
Yeah, it's really interesting, and sometimes people almost you'll hear people saying things like, "Oh, Monday again," or "But you're glad it's the weekend," and all that sort of stuff. And it's almost like a virus that spreads. That
no,
whenever somebody else says it, somebody will feel they have to say. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a great. It's all about how you
mhm.
think and how you spend your time. So very good. What would you say? What's the biggest challenge, Marco, that you're currently facing in your business?
Again, going back to that, probably one of the first questions. I think it's probably staff, really. I think that goes back to everybody, every trade or every industry, maybe. Trying to get the right staff, and obviously, if you're going to grow a business, you need more staff. But what staff are you going to get? Can you get the staff that you want that is going to fit your business? You know, and with the shortage of tradesmen or painters and decorators, it just gets harder and harder. So it does. But yeah, well, it is, as he says, there's going to be headaches for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But I think staff's probably the hardest one. Trying to get the best staff, trying to get any staff at all. Sometimes, it can be a challenge. Like, so anybody's reliable that can do your job to a good standard. So
And Mark, I have to ask. So Marco Santos, I'm going to take a wild stab that I can definitely. I've got a Northern Ireland accent. That's not a Northern Ireland name. Where does the name come from? What's your heritage?
yeah, Portuguese. So I was born in Portugal. So the parents moved over to Lingan, 2005. So coming up 19 years now in October. So
Oh, very good. Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
we're I'm still not used to the weather, but
I've been here all my life and I'm not used to it. All right, brilliant, Marco. So, Marco, if somebody wants to reach out or get in touch, what would be the best way for them to go about that?
yeah, well, LinkedIn's a good shout. Obviously, Marco Santos. I'm not really active on Facebook, Instagram as well, or just the email address, info@mspainting-decorating.co.uk, or mobile number. Not sure if I'm allowed to put it on this here or not, but we'll leave the email for now.
All right, good man. But look, Marco Santos from MS Painting Decorating, thanks very much for taking the time to speak with me today. Some great shares there, so thanks for that. And I wish you all the best for the second half of 2024 and beyond. So, Marco, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.